number 1, the use of deadly force is authorized when a person poses a significant threat, sorry, it's been a long day, to a deputy. Hold on, it's got an deputy. To a deputy or officer. The officer or others must be at risk of serious bodily injury, I don't know, or death. Deadly force may be justified only under conditions of extreme necessary.
Necessity.
Yeah, there you go. When all lesser means have failed or cannot reasonably be employed. Do not fire taser rounds at vehicles. It glitches the game. It doesn't actually glitch the game, but it's just it's really just kind of a rule. I've never seen it glitch a game before, but officers or deputies must always ask a civilian to put his or her hands up before they attempt to detain a civilian. There you go. That is being revived by ESU. Deputies are not allowed to pick up dead civilians' money or items off the ground. Always use TACCOMs over the PD frequency. If you are caught out of TACCOMs, you will be asked to get off the clock for a month. I'm going to actually say for that day, not for the month. But we don't really use TACCOMs, so don't worry about it. Disrespect will not be tolerated. If you are caught disrespecting another officer, you will be severely punished for 1 month. Metagaming is strictly forbidden. For example, players are not allowed to use spacebar and subtext to get their name. You have to ask them yourself. Power gaming is strictly forbidden. For example, pretending to use an item that is not actually in the game to perceive yourself an unfair advantage. So saying, like Connor has done a couple times where he said,
I have an RPG in my hand, back up.
Yeah.
You don't have an RPG.
Or if you're handcuffed in the front seat or in the back seat of like a non-cage, yeah, that would be bad.
Choke somebody.
Yeah, that's bad. We shouldn't be able to do that. Cop to civilian ratio must always stay at 1 civ for 1 deputy or below, or deputies or officers will be asked to sign off to correct the ratio, starting with the last officers to join the server. If you are dead, you may not speak or chat. It is considered fail RP. If your comms have been taken for any reason, you may not speak in TeamSpeak. Doing so is considered fail RP. This includes saying my comms have been taken. When ESU revives you at a scene of a crime, you must leave 300 meters before you can resume RP. Also, you must be called back in order to return to a specific location. You considered a new... God damn it. You're considered a new officer. Oh god. With no prior knowledge of a previous life. Only lieutenants and up in game can authorize no bail. No bail should only be authorized for sentences over 60 minutes. Only lieutenants and up can use a bait kit. Maximum 3 units on a bait kit. If you are not a cage unit, you're not supposed to be transporting criminals to jail. You must ask for an additional cage unit to assist. You know what cage units are and everything. Lethal force may only be used against the code red helicopter after warnings have been issued. JO equals 1 warning. All other situations 3 warnings. Normal code rules. Example, green zone is 15 minutes. I don't know. You are allowed to be a corrupt cop. You are not allowed to be a corrupt cop. It is considered fail RP unless given permission from admin or higher. If you ask for a promotion or evaluation, you will be demoted. However, asking for a ride-along is fine. There is a difference. Division weapons are not to be used while playing patrol. You may only use the division weapons while playing your division. All PD on duty or off must remain professional at all times. That's kind of iffy. It doesn't matter if you do or not, as long as you don't hurt anyone, I guess. Deputies are not allowed to shoot at tires for any reason. I'm just gonna say unless there you go, can't even spell lieutenant.
I can't either, so.
Okay, so deputies are not allowed to shoot at tires for any reason unless lieutenant or up gives you permission. Spike trips cannot be deployed on non-moving vehicles. If a civilian requests a supervisor at any point, the situation is put on a hold until the supervisor arrives and takes over the situation. No further acts can be taken until the supervisor approves. You may only impound vehicles / process crime scene, pick up evidence only after the situation is complete and the suspect is headed to jail or it is considered FLRP. Pardon?
I just read them all.
Alright, good. Okay. So now, that's all the breaking the rules, the activity and discipline. So this is you'll need disengage. So all deputies. So spike strips 3 have to have the mandatory evidence bag 4 times mandatory. Taser is mandatory. Med kits 2 of them are mandatory. 10 donuts is mandatory. Repair kits 2 of them mandatory. And you need permitted primary weapon, lethal or non-lethal is recommended, and magazines are recommended. So we change that up. It's usually like recommended for most of them, but we change it.
We have to have a taser.
Pardon?
We have to have taser, spike strips I get, prayer kits I get, donuts of course. You can die.
Yeah. But we can't really check if you have those or not, so it doesn't really. So you know all the vehicle codes. You know what to do on a traffic stop, felony traffic stop. Good. The ticket prices are all there. And there's lots of them. Then there's code green, code orange, code red. Just talking about kind of what you can do. So that's pursuit management. The 10 codes.
Know them sort of. That's stuff I don't know all of.
Yeah, same.
That's
it's pretty hard.
Me up in State Trooper.
Promotion eligibility. There you go. I don't know. And then demotion. So how you can be demoted or promoted. Pit maneuver, bait car. That's kind of the stuff you're allowed to do. Checkpoints. We should try a checkpoint. I like checkpoints.
It's hard because we don't have a lot of money unless you're chief.
Yeah. Federal impound. I only use sergeants and up. Yeah, so only vehicles with guns attached to it, or in the bank, casino robbery, and used in hostage situations. Police negotiator. This is for hostage situations, but we don't really do that. So, but we will in the future maybe. Legal weapons. So this is all the weapons players, civilians are allowed to have with the proper licensing. And then the illegal ones. These are all the ones that they're not supposed to have on them, and you can detain them for it. It depends on well, the jail time. So let's see. Illegal weapon.
Or silenced.
Pardon?
It's bad. In other words, everything full auto or silenced is bad.
Yeah, I know that Uzi and the micro Uzi and the FMG can go to full auto, but
yeah.
I don't know why they're not. They're on the legal list, but whatever. So for that, it's 12 minutes plus a seizure and a $60,000 fine.